Why do we say el libro but la mesa? And even more confusing, why is it el problema even though it ends in a? If Spanish noun gender feels random to you, don't worry. In this lesson, you'll learn the main patterns, the most important exceptions, and how to make nouns plural without getting lost. Hi, I'm Andres. Welcome back to our free Spanish Grammar for Beginners A1A2 course. This is Lesson 4, and today we're learning masculine and feminine nouns in Spanish. In Spanish, every noun has a gender. Some nouns are masculine, and some nouns are feminine. The two easiest patterns are these. Words ending in O are usually masculine. For example, el libro, the book, el carro, the car, el dinero, the money, el zapato, the shoe. Words ending in A are usually feminine. For example, la mesa, the table, la casa, the house, la silla, the chair, la ventana, the window. So your first beginner pattern is simple. O usually goes with el, A usually goes with la. There are also other endings that can help you guess the gender. Many words ending in ción or ción are feminine. La canción, the song, la decisión, the decision, la televisión, the television. Many words ending in dad are also feminine. La ciudad, the city, la libertad, freedom. You don't need to memorize every ending today. Just remember this. O often means masculine. A often means feminine. Ción, ción, and dad are usually feminine. That already helps you with many common Spanish nouns. Now here's where beginners get surprised. Some very common words break the basic rule. For example, el día, the day. It ends in A, but it is masculine. El mapa, the map. It also ends in A, but it is masculine. El problema, the problem. Again, it ends in A, but it is masculine. So we say el día, el mapa, el problema, not la día, la mapa, or la problema. Now look at the opposite situation, la mano, the hand. It ends in O, but it is feminine. La mano, the hand. It ends in O, but it is feminine. La foto, the photo. This is feminine because it comes from la fotografía. La moto, the motorcycle. This is feminine because it comes from la motocicleta. So we say la mano, la foto, la moto. A best strategy is not to memorize only the noun. Memorize the article and the noun together. El problema, la mano, el día, la foto. Think of them as one chunk. Now let's make nouns plural. There are 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, if the word ends in a vowel, add s. For example, libro becomes libros, mesa becomes mesas, casa becomes casas. Rule number 2, if the word ends in a consonant, add es. For example, papel becomes papeles, ciudad becomes ciudades, profesor becomes profesores. Rule number 3. If the word ends in z, change z to c and add s. For example, lápiz becomes lápices, voz becomes voces. So remember, vowel, add s. Consonant, add s. Z, change to c and add s. Now let's put gender and number together. El libro, the book. Los libros, the books. La mesa, the table. Las mesas, the tables. So, el becomes los, la becomes las. Now let's try real examples. El estudiante es inteligente. The student is intelligent. Los estudiantes son inteligentes. The students are intelligent. Notice that estudiante can refer to a male or female student, but the article helps show what we mean. Another example. La ciudad es bonita. The city is pretty. Las ciudades son bonitas. The cities are pretty. The noun becomes plural, and the adjective also becomes plural. One more. Tengo un problema grande. I have a big problem. Even though problema ends in a, we say un problema because it is masculine. And Necesito una foto de mi familia. I need a photo of my family. Even though foto ends in O, we say una foto because it is feminine. A common beginner mistake is thinking if it ends in A, it is always feminine. If it ends in O, it is always masculine. That pattern is very useful, but it is not perfect. So don't throw the pattern away. Use the pattern first, then memorize the most common exceptions. The most common exceptions: el día, el mapa, el problema, la mano, la foto, la moto. These words are very common, so learning them early will help you sound much more natural. So today you learned, words ending in O are usually masculine. Words ending in A are usually feminine. Some endings like ción, and dad are usually feminine. Some common words break the rule, like el problema and la mano. And to make nouns plural, add S after a vowel, add ES after a consonant, change Z to C before adding ES. Now that you understand masculine, feminine, singular, and plural nouns, you're ready for one of the biggest building blocks of Spanish: conjugating regular verbs in the present tense. See you in the next video.